gave them back to the purveyors to sell back to the Garliali so that we can get a kickback. Dorsey moaned like a cat that couldn't find its litter box. Rogers wanted to throttle him. Of all the pilots in the Meriden system, he had to hire Dorsey. Rogers wished more than one person had responded to the help wanted ad. "Are you sure you know what you're doing?" Dorsey asked. "I spent 10 years in the Meriden patrol fleet," Rogers said. "If you can't learn how to con someone in 10 years in the MPF, you can't learn anything." Dorsey looked askance at him again, then sighed and went back to the controls. "I don't like pirates," he said. The space around them remained empty for another long few moments, and Rogers had the uncomfortable feeling that he might have made a miscalculation somewhere in his plan. He leaned back in his chair and swallowed the discomfort. He just needed to relax, wait, and resist the urge to lean forward and send a call to his contact in the Garliali mercenaries. Rogers leaned forward and sent a call to his contact in the Garliali mercenaries. "What's taking you so long?" he cried. As if on cue, a thin blue line emerged in the backdrop of black space, out of which spewed a handful of Garliali ships. Unlike the purveyors, they took a bit more pride in the way their ships looked. Their shimmering chrome surfaces shone brilliantly in the reflections of the Meriden solar star. The purveyors, on the other hand, looked like they had assembled their ships from space refuse dump points. Rogers knew better than to judge either of them by their looks. Once those plasma cannons started firing, nobody was really concerned what they looked like. "Sorry we're late." A thin, feminine voice came over the comms. "A little trouble with the authorities," she said. "But asses to ashes and all that." "I'm pretty sure it's ashes to ashes," Rogers replied. "I'll go back to the place we jumped from," the Garliali woman said. Rogers didn't recognize her voice. "And you tell me if you find any asses left." You see, Dorsey said, shaking his head. "They're going to take our asses. We're not going to have asses." "Shut up, Dorsey. If you can't keep your cool, I'm going to eject you. I need you to trust me, all right? We'll get through this. I don't like pirates, I know. I don't like them either. But sometimes you have to work with people you don't like so that you can make a ridiculous amount of money." Rogers swallowed. Would they really make it through this all right? Maybe he should have stuck to running gambling rings and moving contraband between new recruits. Looking out his cockpit window and through the many video cameras mounted on the hull of the ship, Rogers could see the two opposing squadrons moving into battle positions. At least, they certainly looked like battle positions. He was pretty sure pirates didn't have a wide variety of formations. But they weren't going to fight each other. Not if Rogers could help it anyway. But that didn't mean that a lot of shiny silver cannon barrels weren't pointed at a lot of other shiny silver cannon barrels. He'd hate to be in the middle of them. Unfortunately, he was directly in the middle of them. "If they try anything," the purveyor said over the radio, "we're going to see us some fried Garliali." "Fried calamari?" someone else on the purveyor channel said. "No, I said fried Garliali." "They won't try anything," Rogers said. "They won't try anything with what?" the Garliali woman asked. "Who's trying anything?" Rogers swore and switched the comm system back to the purveyor's channel. "They won't try anything," Rogers said again. "Why not? Fried calamari is good. You won't know if you like it until you try it." "We ain't frying no calamari," the purveyor leader roared. "Get the wax out of your ears and get off the radio, or I'm going to come down from the bridge and rip—" The comms cut off. Rogers shook his head and sighed. Pirates. He looked over at Dorsey, who was still shaking his head and mumbling as he did his control checks. Could he really trust him if this got heated? Rogers didn't need someone that was going to freak out at the first sign of trouble. He needed someone that could help them bug out if people started shooting. Rogers thought it would be a good idea to calm him down a bit. "Dorsey," Rogers said, sighing. "Don't worry about anything, okay? This is going to be simple, just like I told you. I know this is your first mission with me, but I'm going to take care of you. All we have to do is be the intermediary for the cargo and the cash. The Garliali are going to start sending us the credits, and then the purveyors will let us release the cargo. They'll pick it up, and we'll go home. Does that sound so hard?" Well, it was a little harder than that. Rogers wasn't just planning on getting a kickback. He was going to steal the credits, too.